In preparation for the upcoming Amazon series, I think it's about time I begin introducing videos regarding the imminent prequel. If you don't know, this series is strictly limited to the Second Age, which is the least explored by author Tolkien, providing the prequel series plenty of room to implement canon material into the lore of Middle-earth. The Tolkien estates have been very strict with their policies, passing a law that won't allow the series to contradict any of Tolkien's work written in the novels. The estates have already had misunderstandings in the past with Warner Brothers for their works on the embellished Hobbit trilogy, which is probably what led to them implementing this ruling. The series was delayed due to the unfortunate COVID outbreak. However, due to the low case rate in New Zealand, the cast have been granted a travel and work exemption, so they have resumed filming. The series is set to premiere in the year 2021. Amazon have splashed a ground-staggering and record-breaking $1 billion on the series, which is expected to run for a minimum of 5 seasons, with the potential for a spin-off series, exploring more of Middle-earth, which is encouraging for Lord of the Rings fans. So here are my top 5 events and personnel that we should expect to see in the series. The Island of Numenor. Numenor has a fantastic history and fascinating characters, with a tragic ending. The 25th and final king of Numenor, Al-Pharazôn, led his armies to Mordor to face the evil forces of Sauron's armies. After Sauron realized his orc armies didn't have hope in their fight against the might of the Númenórean armies, Sauron willingly surrendered and was taken as prisoner from Mordor all the way back to Numenor. Whilst the army of men saw this as a victory, Sauron comprehended his capture as an opportunity for deceit. Imprisoned in the now non-existent island, Sauron manipulated the king Al-Pharazôn to wage war with the Valar in Valinor. Eru-Ilúvatar saw this as a massive threat to his angels, leading to one of the few times the god of Ardar has felt the need to intervene, which leads to seeing the island forcibly crushed by Eru-Ilúvatar, and Sauron's cunning and trickery are a must feature in the series. The star-shaped island was the pinnacle for the golden age of men, until the eventual destruction of the island of Numenor, the catalyst in the downfall of men.
Men are weak. The race of men is failing. The blood of Numenor is all but spent, its pride and dignity forgotten.
The Dunedain. Speaking of Numenor, the Dunedain are descendants of the sacred land. Post the tragic destruction of the island by Eru-Ilúvatar, following Sauron's cunning in deceiving the then king of Numenor, Al-Pharazôn, the remaining Dunedain descended into Middle-earth, many of them fighting bravely in the last alliance of men and elves. The Dunedain are
a descendant of Numenor, blessed with long life. It was said that your race had passed into legend.
There are few of us left. The Northern Kingdom was destroyed long ago.
Led by Elendil, the exiles or survivors of the island of Numenor established the realms of Arnor and Gondor. It would be cool to see the foundational establishments of these realms in the new series. Celebrimbor and the forging of the Rings of Power. Celebrimbor is a must in the new series. The forger of the Rings of Power for dwarves, men and elves during the Second Age, prior to Sauron's imprisonment by the Númenóreans and the destruction of his physical body. Sauron chose his fair elven form, deciding to deceive the elves of Eregion, as opposed to traditional warfare. In his misleading form, Sauron went under the name of Anatar, translating to mean the Lord of Gifts. Befriending Celebrimbor and earning the Elven Lord's trust, Sauron teaches the talented blacksmith knowledge on the forging of the Rings of Power, where he then crafts in secret the one ring to rule them all. Sauron. After the defeat of Morgoth in the First Age, his lieutenant Sauron steps up, becoming the new enemy of the free peoples of Middle-earth. The Second Age was the most prominent for the Dark Lord, from stepping up and becoming the new enemy of the free people, to disguising as an elf, the betrayal of Celebrimbor, cunningly surrendering and corrupting the Númenórean king's mind, and the build-up to the epic war conclusion of the Second Age. There is no shortage of what the series can culminate with the Dark Lord Sauron. The War of the Last Alliance. The entirety of the Second Age leads to the enormous conclusion of the War of the Last Alliance. The series' final season should entirely be focused upon the War of the Last Alliance, the fate of Middle-earth, the battle between good and evil, where the Elven King Gil-galad and the Númenórean King Elendil perished by the hands of the Dark Lord Sauron. This battle that we see in the prologue of the Fellowship of the Ring lasted for 7 years in canon. Having the final season dedicated to this war to conclude this series and the Second Age would be epic for every Lord of the Rings fan, even though we're all aware of the conclusion.
Cast it into the fire! Destroy it!
That's it for today, guys, and I'm so excited for the upcoming series. Have a great day, Melon. Hanonle for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode of Lord of the Rings Theory. Namari.
Embrace the power of the ring, or embrace your own destruction.
Renewed shall be blade that was broken, the crownless again.